There once was a man, not from Nantucket, so don't start that shit. His name was John Peters.
Oh, no.
He had a dream.
It's a really shitty dream.
I know. A dream of having a gigantic spider on screen.
And having it fight Superman.
And yeah, originally it was to have it fight Superman, but Kevin Smith tried to make sense out of that, but couldn't. And the studio was just like, this is stupid. And thus John Peters was booted from the Superman movie that he was involved in. And
the one where Nicolas Cage would have been Superman.
Yikes.
And
those
then,
pictures are scary.
Dear God.
And then he moved on to a little film project called Wild Wild West.
And we wish he hadn't.
And Heather, have you seen Wild Wild West?
No.
Okay.
Let's in some ways that might be for the best. In some ways, this movie's so bad it's good.
Yes.
In places.
But is it
it's
Army of Darkness, or is this not respectable?
Okay. Sometimes Army of Darkness, because the screwball comedy fits in every now and again, but the delivery and the mismatched chemistry between Will Smith and Kevin Kline throws things off a little bit. At least that's how I feel.
Have you ever seen The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Sure haven't.
I sort of figured that was the case. I feel like it's about that same place.
Yeah.
Where you look at it and it's like, this is... Nate.
Yeah?
I need you to check something for me.
Check what?
Is chroma keying on? Look at the play button up there.
Oh, shit. Really?
Look at the play button.
I was wondering if it would...
What's wrong?
So, the reflection of the green off the screen was keying out the award up there. So, if you all noticed that before I said anything, good on you.
Wow.
You don't have to write anything in the comments about it because we just fixed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's late and I'm getting a headache. So,
I'm sorry.
Let's just move this along.
It's tired. I'm late.
Yeah.
And
sorry guys, I'm a little snippy.
It's okay. So let's go.
apologize.
Let's get into it.
Nate, you just turned off the video. You hit space and you turned off the video.
Are we? Jesse, why don't you hang out with anyone? It's like you don't want anyone to get close to you.
A reclusive shut-in with a powerful secret.
Anyone I touch becomes incredibly strong, to the point of being invincible. No one should have that much power.
An eccentric businessman.
Hey, Elsa, think you're gonna take off those gloves today?
Moving up in the world. Anyone I touch becomes incredibly sick. Usually to the point of death. A mysterious stranger who knows why.
I've been following you for some time. I know what you are.
And a battle
Tell us what's going on here.
there's no turning back from.
It's all very simple. The two of you must destroy each other.
See the most disturbing film of the year. Not because of its commentary, not because of its psychological portrayal, but because it's not based on anything.
What?
I said it's not based on anything.
It has to be based on a comic.
It's not based on a comic.
It's gotta be based on a movie.
It's not based on a movie.
Maybe it's based on a show that wasn't bad, but wasn't great, but still deserved more of a chance.
It's not based on pushing up daisies.
Damn it!
Huh.
How can we take a gamble on something without a
Pushing
fan
Daisies
base?
was good.
You'll just have to be interesting.
No!
Unpredictable. No, not relying on nostalgia.
You inhuman monster!
Good laugh.
It's a good laugh. It's a very good laugh.
A black guy who was always written as a black guy.
Wait, I wasn't originally written as a white dude?
No. And a woman who was always written as a woman.
Wait, I wasn't originally a white dude?
No.
How are we supposed to cause controversy on the internet?
You have to actually say something new,
Oh,
relevant, and rely on word of mouth after it comes out.
So, pretty much BuzzFeed movie reviews.
Face the horrors of
So, anything but
something
BuzzFeed movie reviews. I meant to say.
original. It's like a bad dream.
Oh, thank God.
Wow! There was a lot going on there.
So, what I'm picking up, what I picked up from that is like Doug had.
Yeah, that was fucking, that Kiki's delivery service joke is fantastic.
Yeah.
Done.
Actually, that's in the Hocus Pocus review, I believe.
Hello,
Yep.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remembered so you don't have to. In 1965, a primetime Western comedy aired on TV called Wild Wild West. And that's all you need to know. The movie has no connection beyond that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Based on the series about a duo of cowboys who get into gunslinging adventures, the movie goes for a slightly different take.
I mean,
Will
there was
Smith
some
as the
steampunky
lead,
stuff
a
going on.
steam-powered wheelchair with a drunk Kenneth Branagh attached, and a giant mechanical spider blowing up cities with fireballs. That's the big screen adaptation I would think of with a show like this.
Don't judge your house by its shutters. Now, how about windows?
Not only is this known as the worst film from Kevin Kline, the worst film from Kenneth Branagh, and the worst film from Barry Sonnenfeld for the moment, but this was the movie that busted
definitely
Will Smith's
not
success
anymore.
streak.
9 Lives was
After
a
leaving his
atrocious
smash
film.
show and making gigantic hits all in a row, this was
Yeah.
the first film to have us say, damn it, we have to hate Will Smith in something. Granted, we would eventually get used to that feeling, but this was the movie that started it.
Ooh.
Did the show even have that big a following to throw this much money at it? Did they think kids were really gonna get excited for a Western from the 60s? It's one of Hollywood's biggest head scratchers. So what the hell went wrong? Well, saddle up and get ready to cry into the sunset. This is Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
And you immediately lost me. How'd you do that? Was that a second? Was that even a second? That was amazing. What would make me want to know what happens to a man with a hubcap neck brace being chased by a plastic pizza from the Ninja Turtle toy? This movie raises questions. Like, why would I want to watch this movie?
Yep.
Then cut, to Will Smith making love in a water silo. Trust me, this isn't the only time a large group of people will taste Will Smith not giving a shit. That's good, LG.
Lord have mercy. Hold on.
I'm not working.
What's up?
No.
Oh.
Will nobody will think you're working when you're in this film.
Problem solved.
Hold on there, Belle. You can't just go ramming a man's personal things into some hole like that.
A family picture. Actually, this film was PG-13 before that meant PG, so you might want to change that. A stupid line.
Yep.
Yeah, that works.
Just be raining black people in New York as he falls out of the silo and onto a bunch of smugglers.
Well,
Okay, funny thing about this scene right here. Lindsay, in her review, slowed this down when Will Smith fell.
Mm-hmm.
You actually get a glimpse of his junk.
Can we? I'm kidding.
Like she was pulling pretty much a Basic Instinct and rewinding
Frame
it,
by frame.
rewinding it, just so yeah.
we got us a shiny. What do you say? The sheriff is near.
Oh God.
Wow.
Figure out where these smugglers came
Only
from,
two?
So he traces them back to a brothel where Kentucky Fried Jesus.
I'm very flattered, but I'm just not interested.
Okay. Does
Me
this
too.
Western take place in progressive times, or is that honestly supposed to fool us?
Oh, I'm so sorry that won't be possible. I have a tonsillitis.
I identify as unfunny.
Gotta be interested. You're a whore.
I work alone.
Huh. Thought you were above the obvious booby trap line, huh? Well, don't worry. There's plenty of other unfunny lines to make up for it. Like when we see how Donald Trump inspects his wives. Hey, he sacrificed a lot. And one of the henchmen chooses Klein.
I pull along the lines.
Oh,
He's
hey,
more of a
now I
Harvey
know how Michael Bay
Weinstein.
gets people to see his
What the
movies.
fuck is
You
this
ever really
movie?
step back
It's
and
real
look at the
weird.
box?
Now tell me, who's in that sack in the other room? Which scientist is it? Is it Dr. Escobar? Who do you work for? Who paid you to kidnap Escobar?
And tell me who's stopping me from being humorous until Bob's Burgers. Smith interrupts, but a wagon of explosions is sent hurling towards them.
Now what?
It blows up the tavern and we'll just assume they survived. Yeah, it's kind of like Batman in a death trap. Who really cares how he escapes outside of everybody? Hey everyone, I was looking for the tone. Does anybody know the tone? I'm getting kind of a Baz Luhrmann, Mel Brooks thing. Is that what we're doing? I mean, I see Kevin Kline in more obvious bad makeup, so I didn't know. Oh, we're supposed to fall for that. Well, I mean, who is that person? Obviously not Kevin Kline. Yeah, he does a dual performance in this as both the spy and President Grant for honestly no reason except to give the impression that he's great at disguises.
I am the president. I'm Artemis Gordon. How did you know?
President went to West Point. That says Harvard.
Also, you're terrible at what you do. Yeah, the comedy behind these disguises doesn't work if they're this obvious. How much funnier would it be if when he's dressed up like a woman, they hired a real woman? Like his makeup is that good. Or even if he's gonna look like himself, why not have the voice of a real woman come out of his mouth? There's like a million ways that this could actually be made funny. But no, instead they're just like, hey, did you see Fierce Creatures? Neither did anyone else, so we can steal from that.
One day it's going to get you killed.
He talks about all these kidnapped scientists and, of course, wants Smith and Kline to work together because, haha.
I don't need intelligence to tell me that.
No, you'd rather rely on stupidity. Look, you two are the best I've got.
Really?
Find this madman, whoever he is.
And please do so with half the props from Jackie Chan's Around the World in 80 Days.
To be fair, this came out before that.
Asshole! Smith catches up with Kline's awful green screen, but Kline's awfully pointless trampoline floor leads to Kline's awfully unfunny knee slapper.
Oh, nice of you to drop in.
Do you like that line? I got it from Fuller House.
I'm just putting the final touches on my latest invention.
Comedy?
The impermeable.
Yeah, I knew you would make that. So they put a light in a man's head to see the last thing he saw before he died.
Yeah.
And realized they had to go to a costume party to figure out who's the villain behind it.
I'd go as a government agent.
This fucking happened.
Who's going to shoot and kill General Bloodbath McGrath.
An armed Negro cowboy costume in a room full of white Southern former slave owners.
This
why
happened,
did the president choose a black guy to blend into the Deep South? But per Kline's ever-expanding fetish, he wants Smith to dress up as a woman.
Afraid you won't touch my breast. Just one. Touch one.
Hey, Micah, what was the line?
You happy, Gordon? I'm touching your breast.
Fetish movie.
Not that hard.
Let's measure the awkwardness from the faces you're making right now. You might notice a lack of laughter and an inability to find joy. You'll find that your face has entered the dazed and abandoned mode. This is when you slip into a hypnotic state of annoyance where you want to be angry, yet all emotion has been drained from you, to a point where you don't even care or remember why.
Now you've shifted all the buckwheat around.
Buckwheat? That's your problem. Now touch my breast.
Upon further inspection, we now see that your face has entered the hollow mode. This is where your mind has left your body, leaving you, like the movie, an empty hollow shell. You feel nothing, want nothing, so will take nothing.
Ooh, huh? Now that's what a breast is supposed to feel like.
Very nice.
The next phase is called the dead mode. You are physically dead right now. You have surrendered your life to this awful moment, and it has claimed you. You discover that the afterlife is bleak and meaningless.
Now touch yourself.
Oh my God, I'm hard.
And finally, we have the zombie mode. Just when you thought death was the end, it turns out to only be the beginning. The pain, suffering, and long-lasting thirst for blood will lead you on a quest to search for brains, but find none from anyone who has been associated with this movie. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. So Smith sneaks into the party where he sees a dancer, played by Selma Hayek, being forced against her will to make love to a man and even gets choked to partake in his kinky sex games. Oh, sucks to be her. Off you go, Will Smith. Sometimes a bitch just gotta be choked.
What a terribly clever costume, Mr.
Jim West.
Yeah, kinda wondering why I snuck in here if nobody was gonna question why I was here.
West meets East, meaning East.
Ma'am.
Oh, by the way, there's a woman getting strangled at the end. Never mind.
See anybody that looks familiar?
Matter of fact, I do.
Her name is Joke Everyone Can See Coming, where it's actually a lady this time and not Kevin Kline in drag. It's Norwegian, I think. Give our villain some credit for having arguably the weirdest fucking entrance ever seen in a Western.
Yeah, it's...
I don't think Bugs Bunny could have come out that smoothly.
It's real weird.
Don't you just hate that song?
I feel like Brana missed his true calling as a whack-a-mole.
Don't you just that song? Why y'all look like you seen a ghost?
This is Dr. Loveless,
Lord.
because
Southern
every doctor with the word
debutante
love in his
accent
name
is
has to be in a
really
wheelchair,
chewing scenery.
and he seeks revenge for the South losing the war. Smith, however, plans to stop him by making obvious jokes.
I find that an occasion to stand up.
I haven't seen him in a coon's age.
For a man of your stature to keep in touch with even half the people you know.
Perhaps the lovely Miss East will keep you from being a slave to your disappointment.
They encourage you one minute, cut the legs out from under you the next.
Your mama's so fat she almost ate the black off you. Your mama's so fat you're in a wheelchair. So Smith tells Kline to meet him outside. Kline being obviously here and not here, but the film thinks we don't know that.
You're in for a big surprise when you get this one in the saddle.
Keep holding my hand, movie. Make sure I don't poop myself. In fact, they think you're so dumb that they actually end up doing this joke twice. Maybe they think the first time they did it was so subtle that they just had to spell it out more.
Hang him!
As the crowd wants to hang Smith for touching the woman's breast, but figure it's crueler to let him hang himself. For there is a solid 2 minutes of Will Smith just talking on its own, and it's painful. It's so painful. It's like watching a flame war in the YouTube comments. Not funny, not smart, and everybody loses.
All I was saying to the gal was,
I don't recall.
Nice dress, darling. Good to see you. My name's Jim. How's your mama?
You can actually see Will Smith's worth dropping with every joke that bombs.
The whole slavery thing, I don't understand what the big deal was anyway. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want folks running around doing things for them, doing chores? Then there was the redneck comment. First word, red. Color, passion. Fire, power. Second word, neck.
Isn't anybody gonna help that poor man?
Nope.
There it is.
But Kline saves him.
And it's not. It's not the one I
Nobody
expected.
can catch up to this incredibly slow-moving carriage of non-speed.
Slow.
That's the one I expected.
You too,
My
huh?
name is Rita Escobar. I came to find Guillermo Escobar, the scientist, my father.
By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, Hayek's performance is not exactly the most invested.
I'm a frightened, starving, half-naked young woman who only wants to find her father. Nice try, Buster. What's going on? Oh, aren't you
Why do I
boys
hate her
nice?
so much?
You'd swear she's focusing
Oh, I
less
love
on her
Selma
acting
Hayek. It's
and
just
more
this-
on eye
Yeah, this
contact.
movie's not good.
No,
Like the faster she finishes, the faster she can get to that delicious cronut. But what do you expect when you look over at the director's chair and all you see is this? Yeah, he's off to figure out how not to work with Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh.
Approaches his Confederate henchman, but it looks like the movie wants to
Cold.
kill itself as much as we do.
You sawed-off sadistic bastard! You surrendered at Appomattox. So who betrayed whom?
As one half of Gary Oldman, both literally and figuratively, I need my evil to outweigh my practicality.
How's this for a joke?
Wow.
He kills the guy with the horn in his ear as the dog takes a look, recreating the RCA logo.
Did you get all you youngins rolling in the aisles?
Every minute this movie brings a new sigh I didn't know I
I
could.
don't even know what that is.
But hey, after
RCA
50
used to be
minutes
lots
of
of
actually
labels.
the
youngest
jokes,
person
steam
here.
tanks, and exploding ape Lincoln heads,
No.
let's get serious for a minute.
You saw it. Heard about it.
I got that
Before
joke.
the war ended
What?
in 65,
RCA Victor.
Yeah.
Like it's good. That's a good bit.
Yeah, I remember it.
I don't,
Women
though.
and children slaughtered. They use them for target practice.
Women and children used as target practice.
You're the youngest
Wild,
person
Wild
here,
West.
Heather. Come on.
Let's roll into the Wild Wild
Doesn't that
West.
mean I'm supposed to not know what
Oh
it is?
man, this movie's really
Yeah.
saying something. Obviously, it really earned this super dramatic, grim moment. Let's allow the emotion of this incredibly disturbing imagery to sink in.
Yeah, they were Confederacy
Jokes
soldiers.
about Selma Hayek's ass, which immediately follows.
God, the curvature of her buttocks.
Not even kidding. The very next scene is just making jokes about her ass.
She's a breath of fresh ass.
You said ass.
She's a breast of fresh air.
Let's just get some shut ass.
Totally makes you forget about the whole women and children being used as target practice. Fuck.
I do wish more movies would mix
Thank you,
Pluto
Doug.
Nash-style humor with Holocaust imagery. You know,
Oh.
this film is so harsh and empty. I feel like Nietzsche wrote something about it.
Yes. Yes. That's the joke we're making. This movie's real bad.
This one hurts.
So it looks like Browno's train tries to attack
Why
our
are we
heroes.
watching this?
But Hayek, being quite the whiny little crybaby, uses the gas ball to accidentally knock out Will Smith.
Jim.
Oh, that scene was stupid.
Did we miss a scene?
What a marvelous train. You don't mind me borrowing it, do you, gentlemen? Aside from a lack of wheelchair access, I find it a most comfortable way to pass the long miles from here to my laboratory.
Yeah, try monologuing before the train leaves. I'm not sure
Right?
how much of that they're gonna pick up.
And then I would make you sad, and that's the pineapple.
So like before, a buzzsaw flies towards them to try and take their heads off. And here I thought those collars were used to stop them from chewing off any more scenery. They outrun the saw, but the magnets seem to go haywire in their collars.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just peachy. Can you help me get my boot off, please? Hey, hey!
Oh, sorry.
All right, Gordon. I'm gonna undo your belt. I'm gonna run as fast as I can that way. You run as fast as you can the other way.
Let me make sure I understand your plan. You're going to run as fast as you can that way, and I'm going to run as fast as I can that way.
So, was there anybody left in the theater at this point?
Yes.
Was there any one person who was like, I want to see where this is going?
Yes.
I put my trust in this, that this will lead somewhere worthwhile. Even the insects who eat off the theater floor are like,
hey, where'd all the people go? Yeah, there's usually more food on the ground than this.
Is there a reason that the projectionist hung himself with the film strip?
Could it be that this movie has something to do with it? I don't know. Let's watch.
Gordon, I think you need to calm down.
I can't be calm. No. I'm the master of the mechanical stuff, and I have to help you. You, the master of the stupid stuff.
Wow!
Well, that's just selfish. Who's gonna gas me?
So they escape and finally see what Brana has been working on this whole time. A great big mechanical spider.
Yep.
I would cut to my Dr. Smith character doing the traditional spiders thing, but honestly, I don't think it's worth the makeup. I know it's not.
Correct.
So Smith and Klein try to leap into action.
You know how to ride, don't you?
Yes, I know how to ride.
A horse.
Yes, when the situation calls for something primitive.
How about now? There's a gigantic spider stomping toward our president.
And in that very moment, right after saying that line, Will Smith realizes, I said yes to the script.
Will Smith realized
see it in his eyes.
he fucked up.
You fucked up, Will.
Yeah.
The spider makes its way to the president with Brana steering it.
Good lord. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
They do to Will Smith what should have been done to this movie, as we're stuck with several long minutes just hearing Brana prattle on.
The wrongs will be righted. The past made present. The united divided.
Okay, if I wanted to watch Brana overact and not know what he's saying, I'd watch Henry V.
We make this as legal as possible. And personally, I like the symmetry of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's a Sonderfeld movie, so we have to have weird shots for the sake of just having weird shots. I usually don't mind, except that he's way too in love with this one angle. Seriously, count how many times they cut back to his pillow-cheeked mug spinning around like a drunk bumper car.
1776, wasn't it, old bean? Manhattan for a handful of thieves. Wrongs will be righted. The past made present. Still, personally, I like the symmetry of it.
Why would anyone keep cutting back to the same shot of a person just sitting down? Smith realizes the movie left him, so he tries to figure out a way to sneak inside the spider. And it's... just watch.
Oh, yeah.
It's real dumb.
Yep. a very select number of nightclubs are made very happy right now, while everyone else watches in awkward discomfort.
She has titty tassels.
What I love about this scene is that Brenna's been addressing this gigantic crowd of people this whole time. And then he just stops out of nowhere to get horny and forces everybody to watch him. It's like if a football coach was giving a speech and was like, I want you to look deep inside yourselves and find that special cheerleader. Coach? Are you okay? Everything stops when my pants are jumping! Well, can we at least go? You will watch my advances! Hey, baby.
Well, what a nice surprise.
Hey there. I made a bunch of racist comments earlier to a man who looks just like you, but I'm suddenly gonna forget all that and say hubba hubba. Oh, you kid. But the breakout plan doesn't work. Well, actually it does. They just go through the same pattern of dumb lines and getting captured again. Because if it's broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Resulting in Smith fighting off his henchmen while Brenna destroys a random town. Huh, don't know how we didn't see that coming a literal mile away. I really should pay attention to more current events.
That's it. No more Mr. Knife Guy.
So which Game of Thrones death would you like to give this movie? Red Wedding's always good, The Poison Goblet, always a classic. Have they ever stuffed a horse inside somebody?
Oh.
But it's okay, because just as Smith looks like he's about to get axed off. Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea what that was.
Short it out, I
If you
guess. I don't
explain
know.
anything anymore, the terrorists win. But Piranha turns into a spider himself, because that one idiot who watched this all the way
An
through
ant,
has to be
actually.
punished somehow. But the machine gets out of control and walks its way off a cliff. Brana is killed, Smith and Klein are awarded by the president, and we're all reminded that Selma Hayek was in this movie. Oh yeah.
I'm afraid I haven't been completely honest with you. Professor Escobar is not my father. He's my husband.
Well, so not only did she contribute nothing, like at all, but she was already taken this whole time. This quote-unquote twist is so lame that even the main characters point out how it makes no sense.
You could have told us that from the beginning, Rita. Yes.
Look at the expression on Klein. She legitimately has no idea why this was a thing. Her character, the romance, why she lied about her husband being her father? Not one goddamn answer. I think they cut before he grabbed the camera and stabbed anybody who dared look him in the eye.
Yeah, that's about right.
And what high joke do they go out on to end the film?
Mind if I ask you a question?
Actually, I do, Artie.
I'll share it with you when they actually give one. Comedy!
That is not the ending scene.
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
That is what this was meant to be, right?
Credits roll.
This is one of the biggest
movie's real
high-budget
bad.
cinematic question marks. At least with most bad, unfunny films, you have an idea what they were going for, and it just didn't work. This is like an anti-comedy. Just scenes that happen, and they're not really sure if they're
This is
funny
worse
or
than Dark
adventurous or
Shadows.
dramatic, just as long as you're somehow
Yep.
suffering.
Say
The
again?
chemistry between the characters is
Worse than
non-existent.
Dark
The effects are
Shadows.
not very good. The jokes are uncomfortable
Tim
at
Burton.
best. And the amount of dead air in between them could fill the spaces between stars. And on top of all of that, it's based on an idea that I'm sure is fine for its time and has a small audience, but very clearly had no success guaranteed in any part of it, even with all the money and celebrities. To put this comedy simply, I just don't get it. But at the very least, we know it can't do anyone
Chico
else any
sharing
harm.
his opinion.
I'm the nostalgia pick. I love it.
Could you, like, use that can of Raid on me?
That's a big poop. Give me a minute.
God bless you, sir.
I would rather rewatch The
remember, so you don't have
Babysitter on Netflix again.
You'd rather rewatch what?
Coming.
The Babysitter on Netflix than watch this. It's real bad. Just take-
Chico just took a massive deuce in the middle of the floor, and it stinks.
I can't smell it.
Oh, yep, I just got it.
Yeah, I can't smell it, so I'm happy.
Thank you, Ben. Sorry, guys. Shit happens, quite literally.
I like how you have Febreze readily available.
This isn't the first time.
Oh, I know. I've been
I got
here.
it, dude. Or
Wait,
if you wanna use
you
that
can
too,
always
go
use
ahead.
more. Hi, guys.
Though quite an accurate approximation of.
I mean, it was a good time.
It was good timing.
Oh, yeah.
He's got good timing. He does.
I will never say that he doesn't. But Jesus, man. That film, okay. You want to know a bad thing that happened with
No.
this film?
No.
No. It's something very simple. For my birthday in 1999, we held it on the date that this was released in theaters.
Did
And
you
my
get a-
parents had the
you
bright idea.
fucking had a
Yes.
birthday treat to see this movie?
Yeah.
Fuck
my
off.
my parents got me hyped for it. I went and watched it. Me and my friends, after the film was over, were just like, "You remember anything from that?" Not really.
That's one of those movies that you watch, you lock out of the theater. What was your favorite part?
The ending.
It's over. I don't really remember the movie
Actually,
anymore.
you know what my favorite? Actually,
I don't recall.
Actually, a friend of mine had a good comeback for that. It's like, what was your favorite part of the movie? The bathroom break I took between the scenes.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm all for the idea of like a steampunk western.
Yeah,
Sure.
steampunk western is one of my favorite things.
But
Yeah. Actually,
This
hold on, let me
don't cut it.
Let me see if there's anything else to be.
I mean, you could... No, Heather, don't make that
all
joke.
the Looney Tunes films. Oh,
I am
God.
I am sorry for what Chico did,
It happens.
but to an extent, might have been warranted.
It
Yeah.
was warranted.
I agree.
I
It was
forgive
warranted.
him.
That was entirely too large a poop to come out of so small a dog.
Yeah, you don't say.
That was a
massive, massive dump.
He was really upset. Rightfully so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We just watched... You know what? I don't know what we watched.
We watched the
some-
Nostalgia Critic.
some-
Have a review.
Now-
some creepy guy and some big spider and girls in weird dresses with titty tassels is about all I remember.
There are worse movies.
There are.
We have watched
Fucking
reviews of
name
worse
one.
movies. Garbage Pail Kids.
Haven't seen it.
Good.
Be thankful.
Let's go for another one.
The Room.
Haven't seen it.
Good.
Another one.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Haven't seen it.
Good.
I think that we've noticed a trend here. I don't watch shitty movies,
Yeah.
Geely.
which is a good trend to
Ooh.
have.
That was a bad one. Geely was
Sucker
a bad
Punch.
Haven't seen it.
one.
Good.
Oh God, what was it?
God, Sucker Punch is a bad movie.
Master of Disguise.
Oh.
I haven't seen it.
Good.
Come on, there has to be one I've watched. Think about my frame of reference and my age, and try to think of one based on that.
The only movie I know you have definitively watched is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I mean, what
And
about,
the
like,
Evil Dead series.
Oh, and Evil Dead.
She's watched Nightmare Before Christmas.
I haven't even finished it,
Good.
and I only watched it because I was forced to because I had flippy hair, and my best friend, you know, obviously had like 4 copies of that movie, and
if you didn't like it,
I had to like it was a guy.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. I had a similar situation to some degree. Ashley Haynes was her name, and she was like obsessed with both it and Invader Zim.
I mean,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know what? Actually, buckle up. Let's take a ride. So, Cole doesn't watch these videos.
Oh boy. Oh, the dirt is coming out now.
Story time.
So Cole,
Story time.
Cole did have an edgy phase. Now, granted, Cole never grew out his hair and dyed it black or
Mhm.
dressed that way because his dad's a pastor, and that would be very bad because
Mhm.
of well, mostly
But
probably
Cole was at one
probably
point
his
edgelord.
mom wouldn't approve of it. Regardless,
Yeah, Cole was an edgelord at one point. I know this.
I did not know this.
I did.
you buckle up.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Hold on. Allow me. Go for it.
I'm mad. Okay.
That was a really dumb joke. I'm proud of you.
So
that was a really dumb joke. I'm so proud.
Before Zenspaz.
Uh-huh. Here we go. Strap in.
Now, I can't remember exactly letter by letter, but of course there were X's involved.
Wait, were there 3 and then like the middle one was capitalized
I think it was more like 1 on each side or 2 at the end or something.
XX.
And it was either Sir or Lord. I'm pretty sure it was Lord.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Lord Gur.
Oh, like the little dog?
XX, Lord Gur, XX.
It was something along those lines. It might have been Lord X Gur. It could have been XXX. You know, who knows?
Hot damn.
Lord Gur.
I guess he was a robot.
If you can get the right combination with the X's and underscores or whatever, there's no numbers, you can actually find his old account on, I don't know if it was PSN or Steam or something, but I found it once. It was DeviantArt too. He had one.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, there's you a little task, and when you find it, just, DM me.
Which explains why he hates katanas.
Oh, he hates katanas. Dex builds, too.
Well, I mean, that's more of just a Dark Souls thing, but he hates the idea of katanas.
Oh, yes. He gets very...
Why?
Because he was
reminds him of old him.
It reminds him of being an edgelord.
And he doesn't like that
Samurai
part.
weren't
And if any of
edgelords.
you if any of you rat me out, I will never tell you anything interesting again.
We're not going to rat you out.
It's going to happen because
the comment section is going to rat you out.
Because the very moment you started telling this, someone's going to write to Cole, oh, Heather talks some mad shit about you being an edgelord.
Here's a link.
The moment they finish sending it to Cole, say, now don't tell Cole this. And they're going to be
It's
like,
honestly
fuck!
Okay. Like, what is he going to do? Be like, literally, he can't get mad. He did it, and he told me about it, so there. Also, it's not like he didn't say this is a secret, and it's not something that's, like, damaging his reputation currently, and it's not affecting his life in any way, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
If you ask me, it's okay. Plus, I mean, we consider each other like siblings. It'd be, weird if I didn't throw him under the bus sometimes.
That was a big old bus you threw.
I never wanted to throw my sister under the bus.
It's the bus from Speed.
I never tried to.
It's gonna explode.
My sister, on the other hand, took every opportunity she could to throw me under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, here's the thing. I got spanked a lot when I was a kid because I was a stupid kid to some degree.
Fair.
I'm
sorry.
Sorry. No,
Please continue.
No, I'm a stupid man now, but I'm a stupid man with 140,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Source?
Gary.
So anyway, I was a stupid kid, and I got into a lot of trouble, and I did some dumb shit, and I got whipped a lot with a belt, with a switch, with a flip-flop.
Oh my god, that's basically child abuse.
No, it's not.
I'm
Anyone who says
fucking
whipping
with
your
you.
kids is child abuse, look, whipping your kids and disciplining them
Here
and
we
sitting
go.
them down and saying, hey, this is what you did wrong. Don't do it next time or else this will happen again. Guess what? That's called discipline. You punching your kid in the face because they didn't get you the right pack of cigarettes, even though they're too young to buy cigarettes for you, that's fucking abuse.
Question.
Dumbasses.
A flip-flop?
Oh, I was.
Okay,
Oh, I
so
wasn't
where
finished.
was the story going?
I wasn't finished. Not only a flip flop, but also, a former antenna that was on a car.
Ow.
Yeah.
I saw Jackie Chan fight a bunch of guys with one of those.
Well,
It's horrible.
anyway.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And my sister later on in life, when as we gotten older and everything, she started to pretend like she lorded something over me. Like she had a trump card over me that she could pull out at any time and it would make me shut up. And I confronted her on it one day. I'm like, Ash, what the hell's this all about? I mean, whenever we get in a conversation or something, you always pretend like you always have something over me. And then she's just like, well, how about all those times I took those spankings for you? And I'm like,
I'm sorry, the what now?
Source?
Bitch.
Bro.
No, here's what I literally said. I was like, bitch, no. You are not going to claim that you took anything on my behalf. You never took anything on my behalf. As a matter of fact, I got in trouble a lot of times because of you. Let's not forget The one time you threw a D-sized battery at my head, gave me a lump on my head the size of a fucking pump jack, and guess what? Who got in trouble? Who got grounded? Me. Because you wouldn't fess up to it.
So she wasn't charged for anything?
No.
Wow, you were hanging your head in shame at that knife pun? Yeah. No. You deserve that guy.
You seem slightly salty towards your sister.
Well, I'm salty towards my sister in a few ways. My sister often took advantage of being older than me, and thus when I was younger and smaller than her, pushed me around a lot. And then when we got older, she would blame me for a lot of shit, and Mom would believe her because I actually could at least communicate intelligibly at that point in her life. But then, when I started to be able to communicate intelligibly, it became whoever told...
Hi!
It's okay. I used to tell my mom to put
Good night, everybody.